So today we will be talking about spina bifida because you all know I have mentioned before that my 1-year-old has spina bifida. So let's jump into it. What spina bifida is, it affects the spina bifida. Okay, so it happens during birth when the spine pretty much doesn't form correctly. So with spina bifida, it can occur any parts along the spine. It can be on the upper end, the middle end, the lower end. There are several forms of spina bifida. The first form of spina bifida is myelomeningocele, and that's the form that Nolan has. So myelomeningocele, pretty much what happened during development, there was a sac of fluid that formed on the outer portion of the spine, and in that sac the spine and the nerves were damaged. They didn't completely form. So right above his buttocks he formed that the spinal defect. The second form of spina bifida is meningocele, and that's a more minor defect where there is also a sac of fluid. However, the spine and the nerves are intact. So there are less damages. More than likely that child would have a normal lifestyle with that form. Before Nolan was born, he was diagnosed while in the womb. So I went through several stages with medical doctors at MUSC Hospital in Charleston, South Carolina. They made sure they let us know everything up front, pretty much saying he wasn't probably going to be able to function fully. He wasn't probably going to be able to walk. Step-by-step instructions about his surgery. And he ended up having one major spinal surgery to correct the spinal defect. After that, it's something that can form after having a spine and the fluid and everything closed up after that surgery. They can form something called hydrocephalus. A hydrocephalus is pretty much when fluid forms in the brain. And with that fluid forming in an infant's brain, it causes their head to swell and to enlarge. After his surgery, they noticed that his head began to swell. He did have hydrocephalus. So with that being said, he had a shunt placed. However, a few days after that, that shunt failed. So they went back in and they placed something called a reservoir, where it pretty much drained the fluids and it helped remove any blood that clotted the first shunt. And then after the fluid and the blood drainage cleared, they went back in for the third time to place a shunt. And after that shunt was placed, he did great. He was not in the stage of hydrocephalus. The shunt was helping him drain that fluid from his brain to his stomach, which is pretty amazing what doctors can do now. And so that's what he has to this day, and it's actually going to stay there for the rest of his life. We did have one hiccup with his shunt. It wasn't functioning properly for some reason. So when he was he was probably about 13 months when that happened. Doctors had to go back in and replace that shunt for the 4th time. But it was quick recovery. It wasn't like when he was an infant. And he did great. He was awesome. We was in a hospital for one night. So with Nolan's diagnosis, when he was born, of course, the first thing I saw was his feet. His feet were laid back. They retracted back further than they were supposed to, if that makes any sense. So if your feet is planted, his foot flared back, pretty much touching his leg at birth. He didn't move his legs quite much. He moved them, but he didn't move them that much. Speaking of Nolan, hi sweetheart, come here. Oh my goodness, say hello. Say hello. He just woke up from a nap. Later I noticed that he didn't have much feeling in his feet. So you would rub the bottom of his foot like any baby, they would retract their foot back. However, he didn't. But over time, you know, God did that thing. So So pretty much over time, God still works miracles. I'm telling you guys, God still works miracles. Y'all have to put y'all faith in Jesus Christ, because it's not what the doctors say, but what your faith is, who your faith is in. And my faith is in the Lord Jesus Christ. Okay? So pretty much over time, you know, months go by, I slowly start to see his foot starting to reflect plant more so towards the ground. I just thank God for everything. Despite everything that we have been through, he has been good to us. Today, this baby kicks, do you hear me? Tantrums. He will kick them feet. He will push them feet out. It took him a little while to crawl. He started crawling when he was about 1 year old. He started crawling, but he was crawling. And actually recently we started to see him stand. Every so often he would stand on his own. And then up until a week ago, he was taking his first steps. So God is still able. He is a miracle worker. You all have to keep your faith in him and be encouraged, because he is a healer. He is. Don't get discouraged. You know, everyone has a story. Everyone has a story, but God has the final say so. You gonna be mean? We're not gonna be mean, okay? It's soggy. Thank you, but it's soggy. I don't like it. I really don't like it. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, guys, I gotta go eat. Okay. I'm gonna I promise you, I don't want it. I don't want no more. 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 I love you too. It's 2 out of 3 boys. This is my family. My boys. See you all next time, and just stay tuned for our videos, and stay encouraged. We love you. Bye. Come on. Bye. Say bye, Nolan.